The silence in Ilara's new bedroom was a physical presence, thick and heavy. It was the kind of quiet only found in old houses, a quiet that had absorbed decades of whispers and sealed them behind floral print wallpaper. The move was supposed to be a fresh start, a quiet retreat for her and her mother after the divorce. But the house felt less like a refuge and more like a patient, holding its breath. It started with the smell. A faint, coppery tang, like old pennies in damp soil, that seemed to emanate from the corner of her room, near the baseboard. No matter how much she scrubbed, it remained. Then, the stain appeared. A small, black blotch on the floorboards, no bigger than a coin. It looked like spilled ink, but it was porous, absorbent, like a scab on the skin of the house. Ilara named it Momo. A childish name for something that made her adult spine prickle. The first time she saw it move, she blamed the shadows. A subtle, capillary action, the stain thinning and stretching like a tendril that swept towards her bed. She started sleeping with the light on. Her mother, bright and tired, dismissed it. "It's just damp, sweetie. This old place settles. We'll get it looked at." But Ilara knew it was more. The stain had a consciousness. She could feel it watching her. When she read, the tendrils were pulsing with her pages. When she cried, frustrated and lonely, the stain would darken, seeming to drink the sound of her sobs. One night, she woke to a sound. Not a creak or a sigh from the house, but a wet, clicking noise. Like two slick stones being tapped together. The bedside lamp was off, though she was sure she'd left it on. The room was lit only by the jaundiced glow of the street lamp outside. Her eyes snapped to the corner. The black stain was no longer on the floor. It was on the wall, a sprawling, intricate pattern now, like a malignant spiderweb. And in the center of that web, something had formed. A crude, featureless face, elongated and smooth. It had no eyes, no mouth, but she knew it was looking at her. The clicking sound was coming from it. Terror, cold and sharp, pierced her heart. She tried to scream, but her voice was a trapped bird in her throat. The air grew thick, syrupy, and the coppery smell intensified, suffocating her. The black web on the wall began to drip. Thick, tarry droplets hit the floorboards and did not splatter. They crawled, like obsidian insects, towards her bed. They moved up the leg of her pajamas, a sensation of icy numbness spreading wherever they touched. She was paralyzed, a statue of fear, as the droplets coalesced on her chest. They formed a small, dark pool over her heart. The clicking from the wall face grew faster, more insistent. Then, a voice. Not in her ears, but in her mind. A dry rustle of thoughts, not her own. So lonely, it whispered. So full of quiet hurts. Let me in. I am quiet too. I am the quiet that eats other quiet. The pull on her chest began to sink into her skin. It didn't burn, it dissolved. It felt like a part of her was being erased, replaced by a profound, hollow stillness. She could feel her own memories, her fears about the move, her anger at her father, being gently extracted and consumed. The terror began to fade, not because the thing was gone, but because it was taking her capacity to do. No, yes, the word had come through the thing. She focused everything she had left, every shred of her will, on a single memory, her mother's laugh, real and warm, from a time before the fighting. She held onto that sound, a golden shield against the encroaching silence. The black stain on her chest recoiled. It sizzled, and for a moment, she felt a flash of searing pain. The thing on the wall let out a silent shriek of frustration that echoed in her soul. With a sound like tearing fabric, the stain ripped itself away from her. It slid off the bed, off the wall, and retreated back to its original spot in the corner, a small, innocuous-looking blot once more. The oppressive weight in the room vanished. Ilara could breathe. She scrambled, fumbling for the light switch, flooding the room with a harsh, blessedly normal glow. She stared at the corner. The stain was there. But it seemed smaller. Duller. She didn't sleep again that night. She sat with her back against the door, a pair of scissors clutched in her hand, watching the stain. It didn't move. In the morning, her mother came in. You look terrible, Ilara. Didn't you sleep? Ilara just pointed a trembling finger at the corner. Her mother looked, squinted, and sighed. Oh, for heaven's sake. It's almost gone. See? Must have just been a bit of mold. The fresh air last night must have done it. Ilara looked.
Action.
Her mother was right. The stain was barely visible, a faint gray smudge. But Ilara knew it wasn't the fresh air. It was the fight. It was the memory of a laugh. She never told her mother what happened. Some quiet things are meant to stay quiet. But sometimes, in the dead of night, she listens very closely, she can still hear it. A faint, wet click from the corner. A patient sound. It was hungry. But now, it knew she was not just food. She was a keeper of light, and light, however small, is a stain upon the dark.